जय भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So yesterday we saw uh, what Srila Prabhupada explained regarding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood and what lies in the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now we will see what Sri Ramananda Rai says. Because, O Sri Chaitanya Chandra, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because you are asking me to speak about the pastimes of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. Ramananda Rai humbly submitted, will obey your order. Because you are asking me, Mahaprabhu is asking for something. I will obey your order. I will speak in whatever way you like. Thus Ramananda Rai humbly submitted himself as a puppet before Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kashthir Putul, Nachao, Nachao Prabhu, Nachao Sheimote. You want to become the puppet. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is our puppet master. Let us become puppet in the hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He only wanted to dance, Sri Ramananda Rai. He only wanted to dance according to the will of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He compared his tongue. Sri Ramananda Rai is comparing his tongue, Jivva, to a stringed instrument. I hope everybody has seen string instruments. So many string instruments are there. There is guitar, sitar, ek tara also for that matter. Then there is violin, sarod, sarangi. All these are stringed instruments. You pull the string and the sound comes, the melody is played. You have to tune it. Sometimes you have to pull the string very hard so that it reaches a particular note. And then when you play it, that note, that sound of that note will come out. I remember Nandini Priya was learning guitar once upon a time. So, guitar or piano, anyhow, I may be wrong also, but as long as I remember, as far as I remember. So, Sri Ramananda Rai, he compared his own tongue to a stringed instrument, saying that, oh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are the player of that instrument. Aap bajao and let me sing and let that sound come out. Thus, as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would play, Ramananda Rai would vibrate the sound. Mahaprabhu is playing, he is making the puppets dance, and Ramananda Rai is the puppet. He is dancing as for the pleasure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anybody here who wants to become like this instrument in the hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Hari bol. All who are attending, let us all, by mercy of Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of entire Guru Parampara, let us all become such puppets in the hands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Sri Ramananda Rai said that Lord Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the source of all incarnations and he is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. And he is the source of all incarnations. Even Lord Vishnu is an incarnation of Lord Krishna, expansion of Lord Krishna. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets. There are innumerable incarnations, that is, avatars. There are innumerable expansions of the Supreme Lord, and there are innumerable universes also. And of all these existences, the Supreme Lord Krishna is the only source. If somebody thinks anything other than this, they are wrong, wrong, wrong. Lord Shri Krishna's transcendental body is composed of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Sat, Chit, Anand. Lord Krishna is also known as the son of Maharaj Nand Maharaj, the son of Nand Maharaj. And the same Lord Krishna is the son of Nanda Maharaj, and he is the inhabitant of Golok Vrindavan. Krishna is not there in Vaikuntha planets. Krishna is there in Golok Vrindavan. Krishna is full with the six opulences. Krishna has all the wealth, he has all the strength, he has all the Aishwarya, huh? He's all the Veer, Virya, the strength, fame. Hmm? Everybody, Krishna is known in all the three worlds. His fame, Yasha, his Yash is known everywhere. His beauty, he's all attractive. Nobody can be even close to his beauty. This is as long as we are talking about Krishna. But if somebody starts speaking about Srimati Radharani, then of course that is different. But since we are only speaking about Krishna, nobody can surpass the beauty of Krishna and all the knowledge. He has all the knowledge. There is no knowledge which is beyond him. Everything is there in him. And he's completely renunciant also. He has the capacity to renounce everything. When he left Vrindavan, he left his most dear ones, renounced. When he left from the Ras Leela arena, he renounced. When there are so many pastimes where he simply, completely, he can renounce himself from his intense attachments. So he's all renounced. In the Brahma Samhita 5.1, it is confirmed that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the Lord of all lords, and his transcendental body is Satchidananda Vigraha. No one is the source of Krishna. Krishna is never born of anything or anyone. Krishna was always present actually. Even Krishna cannot answer how he's present. He's just there. He was always there and he will always be there. So no one is the source of Krishna. But Krishna is the source of everyone. He is the supreme cause of all causes. And he is the resident of Vrindavan. He's also very attractive. Krishna is very attractive. Any vigraha you see of Krishna. There's a very old temple in Belpupur, Madan Gopal. Oh, he's so attractive. He attracts everyone. Whenever we go there, we can't leave from the temple. Like after the darshan, after the Shayan Aarti, after the darshan closes, then we have to push ourselves out of, okay, now we have to go back because it's little at a distance from Mayapur. So that is how attractive Krishna is. Madan Gopal standing there and everybody just wants to look at Madan Gopal. That is how attractive he is. That is how attractive Krishna is. So he's very attractive. And just like Cupid, Kamdev, one can worship him by the Kam Gayatri mantra. Now, very important is that Gayatri mantra is something that we should never chant by ourselves. Firstly, Gayatri mantra is never chanted aloud. It is to be chanted in the mind, in with our lips closed. There are many rules for chanting Kam Gayatri mantra. For chanting the Gayatri mantra. And plus, unless the bona fide spiritual master gives us the authority or gives us that permission to chant the Gayatri mantra, which is the second initiation, Gayatri Diksha. Unless somebody receives Gayatri Diksha, they should not um, chant or they should not read also the Gayatri mantra, because anyways Gayatri mantra is to be chanted in the mind. So when we are reading, we are actually either we are speaking it or we are reading in our mind. So it is aparadha. And third is, one should never hear any Gayatri mantra from anybody else except for their Diksha Guru. Nobody should chant the Gayatri mantra. Only the Diksha Guru is supposed to chant the Gayatri mantra in the right ear. So therefore, going ahead, we will see in one place the Gayatri mantra is written. And of course, if the question comes, why is it written in the book? Then we have to remember that this book has been compiled from the lectures given by Srila Prabhupada based on this Grantha, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Srila Prabhupada is the spiritual master of his disciples. So therefore, Prabhupada knows that they are all Gayatri Mantra initiated disciples. Therefore, Prabhupada has spoken, and therefore it is noted here. But we should not read it, we should not chant it loud, we should not read it out loud, not even in the mind for those who are not uh, second initiated. So I'm just keeping this disclaimer so that we are careful when the calm Gayatri Mantra comes. It has been written in the next paragraph. So one can worship Lord Krishna by the calm Gayatri Mantra because Lord Krishna is as good as Cupid. Cupid means Kamdev, and Lord Krishna is nothing less than Kamdev. And Cupid is actually uh, Pradyumna, who is the son of Lord Krishna. So, so he looks almost like his father. Cupid looks almost like his father, and his father is Krishna. And Krishna is also just like most attractive. In the Brahma Samhita, the transcendental land of Sri Vrindavan Dham is described as being always spiritual. Navadvip Dham is non-different from Sri Vrindavan Dham, and this Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham, Vrindavan Dham, they are non-different from the spiritual world. The only difference is that they are not in the spiritual sky, but they are in this material world. But this, it is part, it is amsha of that same spiritual world. But why we are unable to see the spiritual side of it? Because we are impure. As soon as we become completely purified, the dham will reveal itself to us. So when we see the different kund, now when we see Radha Kund, Sham Kund, we will see, oh, it is so dirty. When we see Ganga Maya, Yamuna Maya, we may feel, oh, it is so dirty. Of course, it has been made dirty by everyone. But for a pure devotee, they can also see the real Yamuna. They can see the real spirit, the Yamuna Maya that is there in the spiritual world. So they can see the different jewels and the gems that are there in the Yamuna River, the beautiful lotus flowers that are there, the beautiful white swans that are there, the peacocks that are dancing around Yamuna. Everything is visible to their eyes, but to our eyes it is not because we are impure. That spiritual land is populated by goddess of fortune who are known as gopis. All these gopis are, each gopi is a goddess of fortune. Each gopi is a goddess of fortune. These are all beloved of Krishna. Krishna's pran are these gopis. And the gopis' pranath is Krishna. And Krishna is the only lover of all those gopis. Actually, Krishna is the only lover of all of us. That's why Mahaprabhu says, Ami bina bundhu ke ache tomar. Mahaprabhu says that without me, which friend do you have in your life? There is no other friend. Everything is naam ke vaste, namesake. Krishna is the only lover of all those gopis. And to understand it properly, actually for us also, there's no one else other than Krishna who really loves us. The trees of that land are all desire trees. Kalpa Vriksha, Chintamani Dham, and all the trees are Kalpa Vriksha in the spiritual, this transcendental land of Sri Vrindavan Dham, in Mayapur Dham, in Vrindavan Dham. You go and stand in front of the vrikshas and you speak to the vriksha. They are listening to you. They are Kalpa Vriksha. Don't think that there's some ordinary trees and plants. Even the grass in the in Dham is not ordinary. Even the grass has the potency to fulfill all our desires. This is the potency of Dham. Even the grain of sand has the potency to fulfill our desires. Therefore, people, when they go for darshan in Dham, Vrindavan Dham, Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham, Rajapur. Yeah, anywhere. Rajapur is Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. Rajapur is in Mayapur, and Rajapur is non-different from Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. So when we go, you will see that devotees collect the dust of these places, because simply by keeping the dust of these dham in our house, we are actually bringing the dham in our house. But we should have that remembrance, not that we have kept it and it is fallen and mosquito cobwebs are forming, not mosquito cobwebs have formed, and we have to be mindful that yes, Vrindavan Dham is present here. So therefore, to offer our obeisances, to offer our respect, every day little bit we can take and put on our head. This is this is being conscious that Vrindavan Dham, Mayapur Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham is present right here, right now. So we will continue reading this part, Krishna willing, tomorrow. For today, we will pause here. I'm very grateful to all of you for your kind association. Thank you very much, everyone. Shri Srimad Shri Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Shila Shama Praname Mataji ki jai.
All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.